We're back here. Getting ready to enter into the Neherrin minimal. Getting ready to enter into here of course, trying to check my audio. Sorry, guys. We're getting ready to enter into the Neherrin minimal. Basically, I'm gonna go over the rules real quick for you on this. You're wanting to catch the smallest fish that you can. Scoring forms. It's basically going to be pumpkin seed, bluegill, red ears, all the small ones, black crappie, white crappie. So basically all the small fish. But here's the catch. You don't want to get uniques and trophies. It's okay that you do, but you get more points for the common fish. You want to go for the smallest fish that you can. And the score is just based off of that. So it's basically to get as many as you can of the smalls. Here's the rewards. Nothing really spectacular, but I don't have the half ounce. I think I can get that somewhere else too, but the half ounce bass jig would be nice to have, as well as any of the stuff that you guys may not have as well. So again, but the only top three place, it's going to be a really fast-paced thing. Again, just those are all the scoring fish. A lot of people, the pumpkins are really good scoring fish too. That's where a lot of people will be targeting. But any of those small fish that you catch is definitely a bonus. Now, as far as the setup, what I do is I do a really small jig head here. About the smallest that you can go. Notice that's a hashtag 4. Also on these lures, to match it up accordingly, make sure that you kind of read on these. I try to pick the ones that are pumpkin colored. So pumpkin, green pumpkin tube, good for the crappie. But you notice on all those, it's the hashtag 4 dash all the way up to the 1020. So you kind of want to make sure you match those up properly. Now I have one real feather light, and I do have the fluoro over the top of it. And then I have a jig winner set up with a tube with the same jig on it to go back and forth. This kind of depends. Now I'll show you. I'll kind of show you how when I get in here where the marks and stuff are. But this is a pretty fast-paced one. The first place you're gonna want to go to. This one's usually the hottest. Is here. It's the Rubble of Old Times, and then the other spawn point that you would want to use in this is into the Rocky Blue. But there's two spawn points that I use, but I'm going to start at the Rubble of Old Times, and we'll go from there. So here we go. It's been a long time since I've did this one. I did this one twice, way back when I first started doing comps. And you want to come over here, and I found this when I was doing the recatch, but there's a lot of fish over here in this area, but this is a nice hot spot for a comp for the trophy. And then the other spot is over here into the Rocky Blue, and I'll kind of show you how you get here. But here's another little hot spot as well. And again, all these things, it's going to kind of depend on your bite rate, what you're getting. So normally just kind of cast out there, let it mark. You kind of want to keep it to the upper third of the water, believe it or not. Let's kind of see how we do. Stop and go works best, but they are easy to miss. They're really small fish. And sometimes they'll hit it right about that 30 foot out. So if you cast 6 or 7 times and you don't have a bite, better go off to the other spot. And you will miss on bass. I think I got a bass. And that is not what you want. Don't you try not to miss on the bass, but that is kind of a blocker fish, believe it or not. Any other time you're probably wanting to catch a bass, so that's the way it goes. But again, you kind of got to keep that speed going pretty good. Okay, yeah, the bite rate can be wanky on these things, but good luck to you. Again, I'll start out here, and if I don't have any luck, I'll switch over. If that's not working for you, go to the pumpkin crawl. But either the tube or the pumpkin will get you something usually. And don't be too discouraged if you don't get something in the first couple minutes, but usually you can, between one of the two spots, it should warm up for you. And I don't know if this is the slow peak or the good peak. Like I said, I've played this twice before. The first time I played it, I did really good, believe it or not. And then the second time, I just kind of had a medium run. So I haven't played in this since February, so. Ah, see, I just missed one there. And the bites are really subtle. I've tried twitching, but only the stop and go seems to work. Good luck, Sandro. I hope you have good luck too, buddy. This one can be a tough one to figure out. So you're trying to get the smallest fish you can. I think pumpkin seeds pay really well. If you can get on a roll with the pumpkin seeds, usually you can do all right. But make sure you roll it up all the way to that 30-foot range, because they'll hit it about that 35-foot. They'll hit you all about right in here sometimes. Hey, buddy, thanks for subscribing, man. I've been putting a bunch of stuff up to help you guys out. And good luck. I'll come back to this spot in a second, but I just want to make sure you guys Oh man, I don't know, buddy. Maybe. And then here at the Rocky Blue, you want to turn a left immediately, follow this trail, and then just cast here. Don't cast real far though. Pumpkin seed and the crappie are all right here. You will get a bass every once in a while, but don't cast too far. Again, I've had better luck on stop and go, but you can try twitch. And it can be a real streaky thing too, where you're kind of hot and then you're cold. So, nonetheless, it's something different. This one's actually kind of fun, especially once you get a little better bite rate. It's usually pretty fun. Just takes a little practice, but the hits are so small. You got to be ready to set that hook. If you don't, you're going to miss a lot of them. See, that thing hit it all the way, but that's a really good scoring fish right there, even though it's tiny. And that thing hit it right at the bank if you didn't notice that. But this is another little hot spot. So I usually bounce back between the two. As soon as they quit biting or whatever, you have a feeling, just go back in between those two spots. I'm sure there's another spot on the map, but again, this is only the third time I played in this. When I first started playing in comps, this is one of the first ones I played in. This one's almost never on when I'm on as well, so even though the rewards aren't great, it's just something different and fun to do. It's enjoyable to break out some of your lighter gear. Again, I showed those in the beginning, but the tubes will work too for the grappie and the pumpkin seed. Just make sure they're the small ones. Again, cycle through a couple of them. And then sometimes what you might have to do, like I said, is bounce back and forth. The goal is to catch as many small ones as you can, and that's what your point system is based off of. And they are not easy to catch. And again, to save time, it doesn't hurt to have a couple of different rods and reels set up, so that way you can switch quick. You gotta make sure you're following it all the way to the bank because they can bite it right there. Bluegill count 2, bluegill score well. It's all the smalls, guys. Again, you noticed I took a couple of those out, good scoring fish, just pretty much right in front of me. So if you cast too far out here, you're going to catch bass. You want to stay right in here. Again, if a spot seems slow, then just spawn back over to your other spot. Turn left, and then walk down here. San, you're doing good. Doing real good up there. Making me work. Again, on each spot, just kind of fish until it makes sense to leave. One spot or the other usually will get hot, so just don't sit on there too long if it's too cold. And if it's warm, obviously just stay there. Oh, see, I missed a real small one there. That would have been a nice one. That was probably a pumpkin seed. But you got to be ready to set that hook. I am not kidding. That's okay, Sandra. You're doing good. Again, it's always a good idea to give it several casts with a different lure if you have to, but don't sit too long if it's really slow. But sometimes, I've noticed sometimes the crawfish will do good or sometimes the tube will do good. This kind of all depends. But again, this is only the third time I've played in it, but I did pretty good the very first time I played in it. Again, if it feels like it's slow, just pause. Come back over here so you don't waste too much time. Ah, I missed a really small one. They're easy to miss. Good job, Sam. Good fish. That'll put you up there. Definitely looks like they're favoring the crawfish. And you'll notice sometimes both spots will get really slow. And that's just them probably resetting or something. And you guys tuned in. We're playing in the Neherrin minimal. It's the first time I put it up on my channel. It's the third time I played it, but I got a pretty decent strategy for it. You're fishing for the smallest fish you can catch. Basically, a common pumpkin seed would pay more than like a unique crappie. So mainly just these two spawn points. Stop and go does work better than Twitch. I'm trying to keep it towards the top because if I go to the bottom, sometimes the bass will hit it. And there will be streaks where obviously nobody's catching anything. I think that's too big. I think that's a bass. Yeah, that's gotta be a bass. Yep. Not what you want. That don't even count. You can cast this way, but sometimes you might get a smallmouth. Looks like it's being slow for everybody right now. Scoreboard hadn't even moved. And also, there could be somebody not even entering yet that they're going to come in late and do really good. I can't even remember what the high scores are on here, but they might even get up as high as 700, 800. Probably just depends on how fast the fishing is. This one seems slower than I can remember. The server crashed today on Fishing Planet 2, so it's also possible that things are a little messed up. If we're lucky, maybe they're getting ready for that big update. Okay. I will try going a little lower now just to see. I might actually go right over this. Let me try the surface first. I think it went slow for everybody. Let me try tube. I can usually get crappie on this tube. Sometimes the pumpkin seed too. Yeah, this is the slower ant for sure. All right, we'll try one low. But they're usually up towards the top. Good job, Sam. Good catch. He got him a pumpkin seed. There's one, finally. As you can see, this one could take your patience too, but it's something different to do and something to try. And after this one ends, I'll end the stream so I get this saved on the channel so people kind of know how to do this. And I've posted up the Bloody Threat before, but I'm probably gonna stream it and have some fun playing it as well, just as a comp grind. I'll do one more cast here and I'm gonna rotate again. Again, your guys' scenario could be a little different, but if you got a really hot spot, just stay on it. I think this must be the slower of the two peaks. I know the other peak that I played the time I played him before, and this was really fast. He got quite a few of them. Again, you guys could use probably a really, really small spinner maybe. But again, I would test that on your own. I had the best luck with the tubes and the crayfish here, so or the crawl. Just make sure they're small ones. I'll go ahead and try the tube since the crappie was active. We'll see if I can finally get one over here with this. Yeah, this must definitely be the slower peak for this one, because I normally get crappie on this quite a bit. Let me try the other color again. Usually this lure is pretty solid, guys, but I'd rotate between that and the crawl. And again, experiment on your own on a small jig head or whatever little lure that you got that you like. But that's basically all you're doing, is going for the other one. As small as you can get. And I'll do a couple more casts here just to make sure they're not hitting on the crawl. And then just keep going back and forth, and hopefully your fish will just respawn. And I will try a twitch just to see if that changes anything, but I doubt it. I just noticed playing this in the past, I'd usually had better luck on a stop and go. Okay, we only got one from over here, so I'm going to rotate back. It's a really weird jig head to work because it's so tiny. And if you wanted to, you could actually catch. You see how that bit that right in front of me. So always, always make sure you reel all the way into here. And you could almost, you might even be able to use just a little lighter of a setup. But the jig winner, it's got a pretty good reel speed, so you can keep it up. But you could get a lighter setup maybe, get a little better bite. I don't know. It's really tough to set the hook. I can't stress that enough. It's really difficult to set the hook. They're so small. Ah, missed one. See, hard to set the hook on those things. I missed a really good one too. That was really, really small. Good job, Volva. You're doing good too, buddy. He's getting it down. I think my luck's running out. Everybody's getting ready to pass me. There's also sometimes here too. Sometimes. Not all the time. And here. Oh, too big. Too big. Bass. Number one is another low-level comp farm. Yeah, I'm pulling out hogwort. Need one more good pumpkin seed. There's one. Boy, did we need that one. Oh, one more would be really nice. One more. Don't think I'm gonna get it. Okay, guys. Just, you guys can probably find the spot. But anyway, I post this up, try to help you guys out. That's a really good spot there. And again, this spot over here is really good as well. Give it a chance. But both those spots are really good. You could probably find another spot maybe over here. I haven't researched it enough, but anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and it should help out somebody that's wanting to learn how to do the Neherrin minimal. Again, I put the bloody thread up already on my channel. I usually do okay with that. I'm sure a lot of guys that, a lot of the subscribers and stuff are going to be following those marks. Anybody that's getting ready to play in the bloody thread, and that's why I did that. So I hope that really helped you guys out there. And yeah, that's coming up at 9, so I'll probably play in that as well, and just kind of keep it to the side. So I'll probably play in that as well, and then I don't know for sure if I'll be up, but I need to put this up on the channel sometime. No guarantee tonight because I have to work early in the morning, but I'll go ahead and play in this one for fun and stream it up if you guys want to follow along that. But check that out on the channel. I got a bunch of good marks on that and a good strategy for that one. You guys could follow along, add your own marks to it, and you could do really good in that one. So anyway, good luck, and thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the Neherrin Minimal, and good luck to all you guys. Hope you catch some big fish.